Good evening, I'm Anjana Gadgil. Welcome to the programme. It's an astonishing figure that highlights a crisis in education. Nearly 400 children with special educational needs in Surrey have nowhere to go to school in the next academic year. That's because special schools are full and there's not enough support available in mainstream schools. A charity called Challengers is expanding its stopgap provision for some children, but it still leaves many falling through the gaps. James Ingham's report begins with a mum whose son should be in reception class this year, but instead is without a place.
It would be nice to see if he can do things like how to hold a pen or learn how to draw or maybe say a word. I mean, I'd love him to say mum. That would be nice, that would be amazing if he could say my name. Where are we going?
Selena's not asking for much and nothing she shouldn't already have, an education for her 5-year-old son, Chase. He has autism and is non-verbal, so needs to be taught at a special school, which he should have started last September. But nowhere has been found for him, leaving his mum increasingly desperate.
As a family, it's put a lot of strain on our life at home and a lot of strain on me. I'm constantly fighting to a point now where we've got a solicitor to try and just get him what he's rightfully owed by the council to be in a school.
So you got your milk?
Chase is currently being helped by the charity Challengers, which offers alternative provision for children waiting for a suitable school place or who've been excluded, at its centres in Guildford and Farnham. It's expanding that provision with some funding from Surrey County Council. And to mark that, it invited decision makers to hear from Selena and another mum, Natasha, why the need was so great.
I don't think people realise how much we are in crisis. My son, he's meant to be in a class with 5 adults, 7 children. No, sorry, put an extra 2 children in this year to 4 adults. It's not, you're pushing it too far. There's going to be consequences at the end of the day.
From a family point of view, like we are sticking together with a tiny bit of thread. You are pushing it to the limit. And it is so difficult to live with. Like you can go home, you can have a cup, I can't even have a cup of coffee, I don't know about you, you can't have a cup of coffee and sit on the sofa.
Without Challengers, I think it would be disastrous for many families. We're not a school at Challengers, but what we do is help support the resilience of that family unit. So we provide that child with routine, we provide the child with an opportunity to come and play, we provide the opportunity for the child to make friends and not be socially isolated.
Chase is just one of a growing number of children with special needs who aren't getting an education because there are too few places in special schools or insufficient support in mainstream schools. In Surrey, nearly 300 children needing a special school place haven't been offered anywhere to start in September. Do you think the council has let many of these children down?
Yes, absolutely. It has let them down. There is no doubt about it. The council will say they are taking it seriously. They have allocated funds to this. But if we really have a mantra of no one left behind, this has to be the #1 priority.
Wow, that's so much.
The increase in support offered by Challengers will help some families, but many hundreds who are falling through the gaps in the education system will still miss out. James Ingham, BBC South Today.
So we heard claims there that Surrey County Council had let families down. I asked Claire Curran, Surrey's Cabinet Member for Children, Families and Lifelong Learning, what she made of those remarks and the plight of parents like Selena.
It's a hard thing to hear, particularly when you hear those heart-rending messages from those families. It's really difficult. I know that this is a service which has not always provided for families what they need. And I'm really sorry about that.
So why is there such a shortage of school places, up to 300 children waiting for a place to start in September?
So I think nationally, all councils have seen a really big increase with the number of children with additional needs. In Surrey, we have 45,000 children with additional needs and 16,500 children with plans. We are absolutely working hard to increase the number of school places, but just at this point we haven't been able to completely keep up with that need.
So what will happen to those children? they might not be able to go to school like the children that we saw in James's report there?
Well, our teams are working really hard with our partner schools to increase the number of places that are available for September. Now, that might be by asking schools if they are able to open extra classes, if they're able to offer additional places with additional money and support. We are opening some new units or satellite classes by September. As a council, we're investing £260 million to expand our specialist school places.
You talked about the national picture, how many councils are struggling. You are a Conservative councillor. Your party was in charge for many years leading up to this. So why wasn't your government doing more to help this growing problem?
I can't speak for the priorities of the previous government. What they did was beyond my control. But what I do know is that always in the roles that I have held, I and other colleagues at the council have lobbied really strongly for urgent reform of the complicated, complex SEND system, which doesn't meet the needs of councils, schools or families. And we have consistently been asking for additional funding. I'm really pleased to hear that the current government is actually going to address this as a matter of urgency.
Claire Curran, thank you very much for your time.